Okay, so hi Konstantin, how are you?
Oh, you're stuck a bit. Hey, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah. So tell us, what is your daily life like these days? Like what you actually do? We have a lockdown now in Lithuania, so what are your days like?
Yeah, well, right now I have quite much less access to the training spaces and to rehearsal spaces than I would like to, but so I'm kind of using the opportunity to work more on theory and play with gadgets and with the rigging and with this kind of more technical things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So basically, that's where your work is right now. So you research the technical approach to your work. Is it correct?
Right now I have a couple directions with these projects. One is movement research, just basically working with Laban, working with other stuff. Well, actually, only with Laban, it's so much still to do. So yeah, this kind of the content on the on what I actually do on the rope.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one big thing, and the other one is looking for more technical or rigging solutions, actually
Mm-hmm.
changing maybe the set somehow.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, maybe I can go wider about that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I decided at some point that working with Laban and defining the space that I have and the space I move,
Good.
which is also
Mm-hmm.
defined by the rig and everything, is like really cozy inside.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow then I thought that's a little bit claustrophobic. I started feeling like that.
Mm.
So
Okay.
I decided to try to look for the ways to travel, and that's I don't yet know how it goes, and I'm still looking for solutions. And yeah, basically, I'm looking for the way for the rope to travel. I'm still not going on the floor,
Mm-hmm.
but now I'm trying to find the ways how can I move. So basically, I need to change my rigging spot. That's what's actually using the circus. That's where the circus push project was super helpful.
Mm-hmm. So basically, working together with a rigger, right, to find some solutions for enable
Yeah,
travel of the rope. Wow, I like the idea very
yeah.
much. Mm-hmm.
Basically, yeah. We're working a hard rigger,
Mm-hmm.
professional ones, because I have some ideas that I don't even know how to implement, and also having the different mind with different experience is really great here. And we're playing both with a theory drawing what can be done, and then some medium layer of modeling
Mm-hmm.
using smaller scale, like a
Mm-hmm.
box of 1 meter,
Mm-hmm.
and then having some, yeah, and then of course trying it live on human beings,
Uh-huh.
which is, yeah, me.
The only rat in the lab. Wow, it sounds super interesting. And yeah, it's interesting that you told about this feeling that you have inside, like this claustrophobic feeling, because from the description of the project, like you have these metal beams that kind of create the pyramid, but it's like already all is in there, and you have your circus practice brought to the audience, and it feels like you're in aquarium, you're separated from the audience, and it's very interesting that you feel the same and you want to spread out. Sounds fantastic, and especially like yeah, having this possibility of traveling the rope around the space. Wow, that's I think it's really nice research, very interesting.
Yeah, and it might be become even so big it will be a different project at some point,
Hmm.
but yeah, I'm also curious about also finding the way to be connected with the audience, because I was talking in a pitch
Hmm. Hmm.
before. I was talking about inviting in my area, in my space, but then
Mm-hmm.
maybe finding the way to actually them to influence me, maybe them to influence how I move
Mm-hmm.
physically,
Mm-hmm.
maybe through the ropes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is also something I'm working on.
Yeah, and that's what I was wondering as well, because I see this is the circus practice that is so much interesting for the circus related person and for yourself. And how do you bring actually the audience in there? What are the sources? How you bring it, like the audience really in to get in the action, in the struggle, and so on. And yeah, I was curious about it. Like, how do you see it, and how do you think about it? And now you try to search the way of how actually actively involve the audience in the performance. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is, I see this as a possible next step after like finding the first solution of generally how can I move. Then I would of course look to that. That would take more time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. Uh, yeah, that sounds great. I really like the picture, and like the picture is so bright in my mind, and I'm just looking forward when you will be able to present. So next work in progress with all the moving stuff and then all the findings that you have now. Uh, let's talk a bit about like general worldwide situation in the our sphere, in the circus sphere. How do you feel about it? Like when everything is closed and but so many open calls are there. How do you feel about it? It like feels frustrating, or how, yeah, what are you feeling about it?
Well, that's a lot. I mean, at some point, of course, we have lots of limitations,
Hmm.
and then it's really a lot of choosing how do we react. Do we try to preserve what we do, or do we try to adapt as soon as like intensely as possible, as
Hmm.
fast as possible to
Hmm.
different situation, or do we hope that it will go back or that it will change and be something new?
Hmm.
I would probably vote for the last one, to go to actually think that something new might actually happen.
Hmm.
Also, because of this, some limitations, kind of it's maybe even easier, and also well, a lot thanks to the support from the government and the funds and grants for the projects. It's possible to actually concentrate much more on creative process and on
Hmm.
thinking process. So there are some. It's hard, of course, and sometimes really depressing, but there are quite a few also positive points.
Hmm. Hmm.
Right now, I'm not really adapting my work so much
Hmm.
uh, to the online process yet. I'm more like hoping that by summer it will be okay and we can perform live, and maybe I'm more like preparing to shoot then.
Hmm.
But finally, I was writing some text yesterday, like a couple days before, just writing about the project, and it feels a lot. Even when I don't think about it, it feels a lot related to quarantine. Even
Hmm. Hmm.
if I actively I don't do that.
Hmm. So basically, it merges anyway. Like all your ideas still merged with all the situation, with everything.
Yeah, it's basically you write something, and then after you have a chunk of a text, and then you see, oh, wow, how did it happen?
I see. Nice. But how do you feel? Is there something that we actually, like, in a positive sense, we can bring to further life from this situation that we have now? Like, is there something that actually is valuable and we can appreciate it and just, yeah, maybe use more after the situation is not so radical?
Well, it is of course, and I don't know, for me maybe, and I've heard this also from many people, maybe it's really time to find out what you really want to do
Mm-hmm.
and kind of drop some of the things, activities you don't enjoy or don't really appreciate, and then maybe see what's really important and then push that once. And through doing that, it's quite can lead to quite big changes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's keep on this and let's keep going. Thank you for sharing. Such a
Yeah.
nice picture is now in my mind. Thanks a lot. Wish you all the best with your project.
Thank you.